For this week between April 7th and the 13th, we're going to do an energy reading to see what's going on for this week coming up. Things to look out for, the overall type of vibe you should be expecting, and so forth. So, with that being said, let's go and just get on it. All right. So, let's see. The theme for this coming up week of April 7th through the 13th centers on, interesting, the Nine of Feathers. That is equated to the Nine of Swords in the Rider Waite deck. So you're going to be keeping yourself up at night, right? You're not going to be able to sleep too much. You're going to be all caught up in your head, worried about things. And I wouldn't recommend doing that, but that's what this theme is about. So there's something this week that is heavy on your heart, heavy on your mind, and is keeping you up at night. What could that be? I have no idea. But the thing that could be blocking it is the Five of Grains. You don't feel that you have enough. You feel that maybe with the way that things are going in the economy, you feel crushed. You feel like you don't have enough to make it through the week, make it through the month, to support yourself and your loved ones. But again, it's you doing it to yourself because there's always ways around this mess. So don't let yourself get caught up in the anguish of not having enough because things always work out. And by the way, this refers to the Pentacles card. So, with that being said, now we're going to look at what got you to thinking like this. What caused you to have this feeling of ill content? Maybe you're a little bit emotionally immature. Maybe you didn't really assess things the way you should have, and you over complicated things a little bit because you expected them to happen. Maybe a little bit of entitlement going on. And that could have caused you to have anguish now because now you realize, whew, what if I don't have enough? But again, things always work out. And if you keep on that mindset of just always jumping to things like that, what could happen? That fire can get out of control and come at you pretty hard and fast, which means somebody can give you some bad advice. You're going to jump at it because you're stressed out looking for an answer that just it isn't there, right? Because you have to go within sometimes to find the answer, not rely on other people, especially when their fire's a little bit upside down and twisted, right? That's what I'm feeling here. So, what could be some of the underlying issues that could be bringing all this about? You feel that your passions and your desire just being drained, kind of like a volcano that explodes and then it just dies off. That's how you feel. You feel like there's just nothing left. You feel like you have no divine spark, inspiration coming to you, and you feel alone. You feel alone because you, unfortunately, acted immature and you moved without really thinking it through. This is not a bad card, but with here, I'm not reading it really good. This isn't a bad read neither. I think we're still on the up and up here. Now, what do you know? You know that if you just step back a little bit, right, and start listening to your intuition a little bit more, going to your heart, right, rather than always looking at the fire, right, the fire. So rather than going into the fire and expecting things to come, use your intuition, calm it down a little bit, and go within. And when you go within, that is exactly how you can find the answer you need to move forward through this week or this month, right? So again, you feel like you don't have enough and it's keeping you up at night, but again, you can overcome that. So, and you feel unfortunately that you have to always be the one that leads. You can't really always just go within to reflect that you have to always just jump at it and be the person people can rely on. And maybe that's why, and maybe that is why right here you're being kept up at night because you feel like you're failing, but you're not failing. You're not failing. You do have this. But again, it's because you cannot withdraw to really assess it. You have to move because things are happening very quickly. And that puts you in a position where you feel that it's just overwhelming, right? It's just too much to take on. Okay. That's what you're kind of feeling right now. That's how you see yourself. And what could be influencing this is, boy, oh boy, you feel like you're at a roadblock that you can't really make your mind up. You can't make a clear decision because you're stuck. You don't know which way to go. Do you listen to that inner voice or do you ignore it? Right? What path do you take? You don't know. You're highly confused. And that's why you do need to kind of take a little bit of a step back and not be the leader and go within to really understand the situation you're facing in order to move forward through this week. Because if you don't do that, you're going to end up being a little bit reckless and out of control, right? The future, a little reckless, out of control. Near future would be Saturday-ish, Friday. You'll feel like, oh my gosh, this week did not work out. But again, you control that. You hold the power. Nobody else does. You do. Now we understand the influence this causing us is that indecision, that indecisiveness, not knowing what to do. What are some of the fears or hopes? Hmm. 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 You don't want to deal with competition right now. You don't need it. You have enough problems. And so you're afraid that if you do take a little bit of a step back, that you're going to have to be in that competitive mode, but you don't. You don't have to do that. Again, things will work out if you trust in yourself, right? So again, you don't need to get in a competition. You don't need to fight with anybody else. I would recommend that you avoid any kind of conflict this week. Don't get caught up in it, right? Don't allow others to antagonize you or to put you down because, again, you already are in a position of feeling you're failing, but you're not. It was because you were a little bit too quick to you're a little bit too quick at making a decision. You just kind of ran with it, and because of that, you got a little bit out of control, right? Things just kind of went up in flames a little bit too quickly, but you still got this. And the outcome, oh my God, isn't that amazing? So if you can just really get yourself centered a little bit and find your peace within, you see that? You know what that is? That, my friends, is harmony. You will have enough. You will be able to share with others and turn this week around if, if you be a little bit more mature with the way you look at things. You realize that you don't always need something new because you already have everything that you need within you. That you're going to quell that fire a little bit, slow it down, and you're going to use your intuition and emotions a little bit rather than just running on your desire and your passion, because that can really cause a lot of problems. And what I like about this is fire and water even things out and they balance, they'll calm it down. So if you can really remember to let go a little bit, use your intuition, maybe a little bit of meditation and prayer, right? If that's your thing, can help calm the situation so that you won't be up at night and so that you will not feel destitute, right? And if you do that, then again, if you don't let that get out of control, that king, that fire energy, then you will be in a good position to help others, help your family, and help yourself. And let me do one more thing. We're going to run some dice. And we got the energy of the, I love it. I love this. My gosh, the 8. Wow, the 8. You know what this means? This means that you have to rely on you because you got to go within and you have the willpower and you have the strength and you have the energy and you have that drive that will keep you going over and over again, right? But you can't let it get out of control. You got to keep it balanced. And so the 5 right there is a reminder. You know what's so cool about this too? You have the 5 sitting, where did I see the 5 at? Here. You have a 5 sitting right here, right? Which is contention. Contention. But 5 can also mean free from contention, depending on your decisions that you make, right? Remember, we saw the decisions, the 2 of, where was that card at? Right here. The 2 of swords, 2 of feathers, right? That can lead you to that contention if you don't make a decision. So you have to make a decision, understand what you want to do, really plan it out, think it through. Things are going to work out just fine. And how you're going to do that is through your creative energy of that 3 right there, right? And so that's how you can get back to your stability and have that peace and harmony you're looking for. That's your 6. So your 5 and the 3 is the 8. And so if you can really use your creative energy and move forward, not blazing quick, slow it down a little bit, and use that engine that you have. And also the 8 means too, let go of the ego a little bit. Maybe because in the fire cards we're seeing here, you have an ego that won't let you let go. And right now you need to let go a little bit, right? Just go with the flow, right? Just roll with it. And that is how you're going to get through the week and turn things around beautifully. So until next time, all my friends, I'm going to thank you here at the end, so I don't waste time in the beginning, for watching the reading with me. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I want to see everybody in the next reading. All right. Bye bye. And this is your reading for April 7th through the 13th. Bye bye.